stop. Good afternoon and welcome to the Office of Economic Development Virtual Business Information Session. My name is Margaret McGee and I'm the Business Services Manager. Business Services assist entrepreneurs and business owners in starting and growing their business. We help in navigating through the different departments within city government to obtain permits and occupational licenses. We also connect the business community with different organizations that can provide technical assistance, incentives, resources, and other programs beneficial to operating your business. One way we do that is to host business information sessions. With that being said, this is the second of 3 business information sessions. Please share this information with others that it may be beneficial to. Today we welcome Ms. Veronisha Thompson. She's with Fund 17. She's the Interim Executive Director. And we have Ms. Sheila Dickerson. She's with Delgado Community College Outreach, and she's the Outreach and Alumni Relations Director. They will share today information about their organization, the Kiva Crowdfunded Business Loans, and the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Businesses Program, which is a very good program. Please make note of all of your questions and hold them to the end. We would like to hear both presenters today, and then we'll have questions at the end. With that being said, I'll go ahead and turn it over to Ms. Veronisha Thompson.
Thank you so much for having us today. So sorry, everyone, but my laptop is not allowing me to be great today, so my camera function isn't operating, but I will be sharing our presentation. And to get us started off, I can introduce Kian Hennessy, our newly appointed program manager. She's going to have the first half of our presentation, and then she'll let me know when to jump in. So here's the share on that.
Hello, everyone. Like Veronisha said, my name is Kian Hennessy, and I'm the new program manager. I'm currently heading the Be the Boss Accelerator. This presentation is going to go over how Fund 17 in particular garners interest for our entrepreneurs to get involved and commence the Kiva process. And we're going to go over our mission, history, values, introduce the team, and then I will be introducing the core pipeline programs and then hand it over to Veronisha. So this is our team. Because Veronisha's camera isn't working, I'm glad we have this wonderful photo of her. Her pronouns are her, they. And like we said, she's the interim executive director. To the right is myself, the program manager. And then there's Jamin Daniels, who is the business incubator coordinator. Antonio Alonso, who was formerly our executive director, but has transitioned into being the equitable development fellow. And we also have Ashley Edwards, who is a policy and research LFA fellow. So Fund 17 main mission is to turn side hustlers to formalized businesses. We're a 501c3 that was founded in 2012 to essentially help under-resourced entrepreneurs in the 17 wards in Greater New Orleans by taking a radical approach to giving them access to business services, education, and funding opportunities such as Kiva. The market and our main demographic prioritize underserved conventional business incubators, and we want to spearhead different economic development strategies specialized towards low-income entrepreneurs, individuals of color, and Native New Orleanians. Our largest demographic right now is Black women from New Orleans. And we cater to entrepreneurs that have under $150,000 in revenue annually. And our vision is to envision a New Orleans where everyone gets business support regardless of their life circumstances, where business capital is invested equitably and entrepreneurship is an accessible means to building a sustainable livelihood. So Fund 17, 2021, Be the Boss Accelerator. Our cohort consists of 8 individuals that have a range of different backgrounds. We have, out of the 10 that we allotted for this particular program, we have 8 individuals. And the way that this program works is we partner with Trepwise, which is one of our business partners, to coach our entrepreneurs on different topics such as time and task management, financial planning. We go over payroll and taxes, which is going to be our workshop tonight. So for Be the Boss, it is 6 weekly workshops with some homework and check-ins with the business coaches from Trepwise, and we anticipating having our entrepreneurs graduate on December 1st of this year. And now, the programming timeline. So now is Be the Boss, and after that, in spring of 2022, we are going to commence the applications for benchmarks, and then there's Property Ready, which is our newest program that we're actually starting to initiate with some business partners in our board. So that is one of our newest core pipeline programs. And then after that is Capital Ready, and then Be the Boss again. So we are on a cyclical cycle for all of these programs to be running. In some cases, some of them may be overlapping. And now I'm going to pass it over to Veronisha.
Perfect. Thank you, Kian. Can you all hear me? I can't see you.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, perfect. So thank you so much for having us. Thank you, Kian, for that introduction and kind of laying down the foundations of Fund 17. So I can kind of jump into the Kiva platform and essentially the relationship Fund 17 has with Kiva. It is a crowd-funded nonprofit organization that really helms, supporting entrepreneurs with some of the highest risks and barriers to entry to starting a business with zero interest funded loans of up to $15,000. If you all are familiar with GoFundMe or Kickstarter and any of those vehicles, the Kiva platform operates in the same, except that the donors are the lenders and the applicants / individuals with profiles, they're borrowers in this sense. And so the way Fund 17 and other trustees operate, trustees is really just technical assistance organization. So much like Fund 17, Propeller is a trustee. And then I also believe some of the CDFIs here in town might be leaning towards establishing their Kiva trustee status. But if you're able to operate with a technical assistance agency, much like Fund 17, they assist with endorsing your loan. And the reason why this is so unique is because opposite of any traditional financial institution, it's really hell-bent on that credit underwriting. So you have to have a particular credit score or a particular trajectory with your business. But Kiva is different because it's a social underwriting. I'll go into this a little bit more in a couple of slides back, but I did want to lay the groundwork. And the reason why endorsement from a technical assistant agency, so Fund 17, any nonprofit that, supplies assistance and training and workshops and webinars, and that one-on-one assistance is you can get a financial specialist from Fund 17 that really helps you make an individualized financial structure. We also couple that with marketing specialists, where we have entrepreneurs coming to us where they've never created a website or they don't know where to start with their logos or their brand management and things like that. And, it's really to kind of amplify not only your application and your profile for Kiva, but also just something outside of Kiva that really kind of bolsters the scaling of your business. So alongside of our financial specialists, we team up with entrepreneurs and our marketing specialists. We have our capital access interns who kind of walk side by side with me as we conduct some of our consultations, where we essentially get the groundwork and baseline information from you all to understand what's your offering, what's your product, and how we can better assist. It's not always going to be Kiva. Sometimes it's going to be our core pipeline programming like Kian mentioned, but we want to make sure we kind of have a 360 approach and able to assist you along this journey. So in thinking about the Kiva Loan application process, it's really broken down into 4 pillars. You complete the application, you submit the application via the Kiva at kiva.org/borrower. They've changed the orientation of the website, but I haven't memorized. So once you've submitted your application, you go into the Kiva review cycle. This usually takes roughly about 2 to 3 weeks is when they look over your application and they're able to say, yes, we approve, yes, we deny. So let's say you are approved of a loan. There is a private fundraising cycle, and then there's a public fundraising cycle. And really the private fundraising cycle is broken down over a 15-day period where you get your friends, your family, current customers, even organizations that you've teamed up with in the past to contribute to that private fundraising. What I will say is, let's say you are looking to get a loan for $1,500, $1,500. What that really boils down to is you getting, I don't know, let's say $350 donated for fundraise for that initial private fundraising. Once you've made whatever cap that is, you go into the public fundraising. And so that's over a span of 30 days to fundraise. And what that means is your profile is accessible from someone in Germany, someone in Ghana, someone in New Zealand, wherever they are. And the reason why it's really focused on community is because these are individuals, much like ourselves, day-to-day individuals who fall in love with a cause, or they're connected to what you're offering. If you have, green space development, if you are a small food entrepreneur, just listening to your story, reading over your narrative, they're able to be connected to that and want to actually put forth funds to a small business. And it kind of closes the loop on accountability as well. And they can actually see where their money is going. And then it goes into the repayment phase. Let's say, you've completely fundraised, you've been awarded the money, it goes into your PayPal account, and then you go into the repayment phase. By being connected to a technical assistant provider, Fund 17, Propeller, the whole list of them, you're able to have that continuous advising and financial support, where we help you build out a payback analysis. We've made sure that our partners know when they're referring entrepreneurs over to us to be tried and true about supplying some of those fundamental things. And so let's say, there's a change in which you're able to repay the loan. We make sure that we revise that plan so there's the best way possible for us to provide a solution and still continue with that positive projection. So roughly most of the loans, they go to about a 36-month term, and that really depends on how much you lend. So I'll go to the next slide to go into this a little bit deeper. When it comes to the minimal requirements for a Kiva loan, you have to meet the impact standards. They don't necessarily, they make sure that who is at the forefront is individuals who need these things. Like if you're making 100K in revenue, obviously that needs is a huge divide. They want to make sure everyone has a PayPal account. That's essentially how they turn over the funds to you, and that is how you go back into the repayment of that loan. Everyone should be 18 years or older, seeking a loan for business use. If it's appliances for your small business, let's say you have a food business, those funds should definitely go directly to those businesses' purchases. Also, you should be willing to demonstrate your social capital by having a community to lend to you. And that really circles back to that social underwriting element. When it comes to the do nots and walls, as far as not being requirements or against, there are only 3. Currently, don't be in bankruptcy, do not be a registered sex offender or on a terrorist watch list, and not have any violent or financial convictions in the last 5 years. And how Kiva Loan stacks up against traditional financial institutions, right? So the social underwriting element, obviously, that's going to be very vastly different from going into, don't want to name drop, but different banks in the space for business lending, where they're looking at your credit score, they're looking at a history of repayments, or they're looking at so many other factors that Kiva doesn't take into account. Yes, on the application, it says your credit score, but it's really tried and true about understanding the insights and the individuals they've been able to alleviate some of those barriers for. So it's really a tracking mechanism. When Kiva is very community driven, right? Once your profile and your business and your services are up on the global platform, it's really a built-in pipeline of customers. There is global marketing attached to this, and also it's an accountability centered focus, where you get a chance to communicate with your lenders as you're repaying it. They might be, sending messages on your profile. You get those email alerts, and there is a face to this funds, and there's a face to the individual supporting you. In terms of how Kiva is really a part of the financial ladder, it really is a practice run on preparing you for when you want to apply to some of those traditional banking loans, business bank loans, where you're able to have that track record. You're able to go into a bank and say, hey, I've completed the Kiva loan. I've done it not once, but 2 times successfully. I've repaid it back within those terms. And this is what I've been able to do. This is how I was able to scale my businesses. And what that does is it allows for a better chance for you to get the loan from that bank or a lending system outside of the crowdfunding space. So again, it's a 0 interest loan up to about 15K. There are options for you to get endorsed from Fund 17 if you work directly through us. And also, it's really about aiding you as you complete the application build out. Also, it opens you up to a network of other entrepreneurs, resources, and just community in general. I did mention the financial structure ladder a little bit earlier, but this is what it looks like in a visual sense. When you're a new business, you have the backing of your family, your immediate community, a lot of bootstrapping going on, maybe personal savings. Kiva kind of exists in the bridge between that and alternative institutional lending. So it's crowdfunded, they're loans, they're community tied. So it's still in a space where you're going into that next tier of growing your business, but you're still understanding some of the mechanisms that is required for those financial institutions. So Kiva is really an intermediary before you go into getting a CDFI loan, a credit union loan, a traditional micro lending loan and such like that, because it really helps you to build out a realistic approach on what you need in order to be ready for that type of capital. Basically, the cost is pretty great. So in terms of the Kiva loan application, it's free to fill out. When they require certain documentations is pretty minimum. They want you to have the application. The application falls in 2 parts, where it is the actual application and then the build out of that profile. Then they want you to either have an EIN number, which is free. They want you to have a LLC, the state officiated document. So filing for that is about $100, and then the annual fee is about $35. Or you can provide your business bank statement. You can provide your business tax returns, your DBA form, or a permit. All of these are R, and they specify on that because they know not all small businesses are going to have these things. You know, sometimes you go into the process, and I've found individuals where their businesses are 3 years old, but they still don't have their business bank account drilled down. They still don't have their business tax returns. And those are different to the different situations because we know that who we support are side hustlers. And we are trying to assist with them kind of being prepared to get to that more formalized, representation. Also, like I mentioned, the payback analysis or repayment projection is really what Kiva looks for. And as far as Fund 17 and Propeller are considered, we try to make sure that we have something like that instated for our entrepreneurs, because that is something that amplifies your application just a little bit more. Individuals who go into applying and they don't have somewhat of a visible representation of their financial structure, yeah, they'll be able to get a loan, but they won't get as close as to the money that they're actually trying to that they're actually applying for. Sometimes they get a little bit less. And so just amplifying your application with as many documents as possible really helps you stand out. This right here is one of our major success stories and one of our phenomenal entrepreneurs who's absolutely been through at least most of our core pipeline programming about 1 or 2 times and have even taught. And Tried and True has always come back to the folds with applying some of those skills and insights to whichever cohorts we currently have. So this is Sean from Equalities, and you know, in the midst of the change in 2020, what Sean was realizing is that this was going to impede her usual, you know, foot traffic to her space. And so, you know, by getting a $1,500 loan from Kiva, she was able to pivot with e-commerce. Not only did it allow her to, you know, sustain whatever product offering she had, sustain her business, but she was also able to grow with health and wellness by offering soaps and candles. But she also was able to actually grow with her customer base. She literally has customers all the way in Germany ordering some of her teas because of being global on a profile much like Kiva. And then with her second loan of $5,000, she actually did that in this past April. She was able to do the paperwork for her trademarking, her copywriting, and she was also able to get her own like in-house printing press rather than having to deal with someone else printing that. She can control those elements, and also was cutting some of the expenses. So these are some of the things that a Kiva loan can do. It has a lot of range. Not everyone is trying to get that 25K or, you know, that 50K or that 150K. Sometimes individuals, a game changer to them really just looks like $100 camera and maybe some software to just amplify what their offering is. And it's about those small gestures, small changes, and that really kind of just helps individuals build up on it. So I think that's my last slide, and that has been the Kiva Hub. I'll stop sharing my video.
Thank you so much, Veronisha. So now we'll move on to Ms. Sheila Dickerson. David.
Can you hear me? Hi, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. Let's see. Is my screen being shared?
Yes.
Okay, great, great. Is my video on? It doesn't look like it. No. All right, there we go. So good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for having us today to talk about the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Businesses Program. We're excited to be here. My name is Sheila Dickerson, and I am the Director of Outreach for the Louisiana area. So that includes New Orleans, who are most of the folks on this call. So I'd like to talk a little bit about the program and show you how you can apply and also refer folks to the program as well. I also want to mention that I have two of my colleagues on the call as well. The Executive Director, David Payton, is on the call. And we also have Patrice Williams-Smith, who is the Director of Business Support Services and our Alumni Manager. So I just wanted to acknowledge that they're on the call. All right, so let's get started. So let's talk a little bit about what the program offers. So the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Business Program offers a free, world-class curriculum, business advising, and access to capital to qualified business owners. We have 3 cohorts a year, one in the spring, the summer, and in the fall. And we are currently accepting applications for the spring right now. And we'll do that until October the 29th. So if you're interested after the program, I'll let you know how you can get in touch with us and how you can apply via online. So here are some of the top reasons why businesses has told us that they apply for this program. One being they want to acquire practical business skills such as contract negotiation, finance, people management in a practical 11-course session designed by Babson College. They want to learn to identify opportunities for their business, develop their leadership skills, and maximize their business results and revenue. Another thing that has drawn people to our program is our one-on-one business advising that we offer. We create, who help you create your own customized business growth plan. You also learn from other businesses, just like you, in a collaborative setting with years of collective experience and lots of networking going on there. And not last but not least, this program is absolutely free. If you are selected to participate in the program, you will receive a full scholarship for the program. So that's something not to miss on the reasons why folks apply. Second, I'm sorry, my screen is off. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about our criteria. The 10,000 Small Businesses looks for applicants who are passionate about growing their business and are also looking to create jobs in their community and generally meet this criteria that I will go over. You're either an owner or a co-owner of the business. Your business has been in operation for at least 2 years. You have revenues for at least $75,000 in the last fiscal year. And then lastly, you have to have a minimum of 2 employees. And this includes the owner. So that's yourself and 1 other employee in order to qualify for the first phase of the program. So let's talk a little bit about the participants who have been in the program. 46% of our graduates are women. They range from ages from 22 to 84 years old. So you can see it's a wide range of folks. Education levels range from some high school or GED through graduate degrees. Once again, very diverse. And we are representative of the communities that our scholars are in and a range of industries that they serve. So let's talk about our reach. The program has reached entrepreneurs from all 50 states, in addition to Washington, D.C. and Puerto Rico. As you can see from this map of the United States, where you see the blue and the green tabs, that is where our on-sites are. So as you can see, we do have some gaps in the middle and some that may be a little bit far for anyone to drive to. For those folks, we do offer a blended program, and that program is online and face-to-face. The sessions, the online sessions are delivered in Babson College in Wesley, Maine, which is close to Boston. So we do have that as an option as well. This is the curriculum that we have. As I mentioned before, we have 11 total sessions and also an orientation. And all of this is going towards you being able to create your own tailor-made action growth plan. We start with orientation to give you the lay of the land. Then we move on to you and your business, where we learn about you and your business, how that affects you, how you're working in your business. What are you doing on your personal side? All of those things that make your business work. And then we move on to growth and opportunities. Here we create you create, and we help you create your opportunity statement, which will be developed throughout the whole entire process. There's money and metrics. We talk about that. We talk about you are the leader. There's a lot of leadership skills that you can benefit from and maybe adapt in your organization. There's also, it's the people, when we talk about human resources and hiring the right people for your organization to be successful. There's marketing and selling, who everybody needs that in order to have a marketable business. So that's a good, very, very good program. Course. We go on to operations and processes to make you more effective and efficient in your business. Then we talk about being bankable, so that when you need a large loan or any loan from a bank, you know how to present your business and yourself to the bankers. And then you end with, obviously, your action for growth plan. This is something that you will take with you. It will be tailored to your business, and you can incorporate throughout the program. We also have a workshop and 3 clinics that go along with this along the way. As you can see, the financial statement will be in the beginning. That will help you with creating your growth plan. You are the lead, the lender and the legal clinic. All of these things and negotiation and negotiation and growth plan clinics will help you to get that final deliverable. And what's the outcome? We talked about that growth plan. That is the main focus of the program. So the program is designed to facilitate the growth of your business and yourself as a leader. The primary tool for stimulating this development is the creation of your growth plan. So as I said, the whole program is all designed to you get into that end deliverable where you have an actionable item, actionable deliverable that you can do in your business to get to that next level. All right, so what to expect? So let me talk about our commitment to you if you decide to do this program. As I mentioned, it's fully free. We will give you a full scholarship to participate. We have a practical curriculum, and you've seen the classes and the courses to drive to business to business growth. Some people call this a mini MBA, but I call it that they left out all of the theoretical and put all the practical in, which is actionable for you and your business. You have a convenient class schedule. We have a calendar that we do it way ahead of time, and we share it with you when you apply for the program, you ask about the program, when you interview for the program, all during the program, so that you can set aside those times to make sure that you can be committed to the program. As I mentioned before, skills that can be applied immediately. When you come out of one class, if you have an opportunity statement, you can start looking at that. If you've learned from the financial statements how to better manage and oversee your business, go ahead and apply that as you go along. You'll be a part of a local and national alumni network. We are 10,000 strong. That is unbelievable that you'll be able to fellowship with them and learn from them and also sell to them. So it's a great opportunity in and of itself. You also have an opportunity to access capital. We have many partners that work with us. We call them ecosystem partners that will be available to you so that if you need access to capital, you can talk to them directly. So what do we require from you? The main thing is your participation. We ask that you attend all learning sessions. That's how you get the max of this program. You have to attend the sessions. That's why we send out the calendar so much beforehand so that you're committed and know that when they are, and we try not to change the dates so that you can come and be committed to the program and focus. We also would like, and we ask that you take part in our out-of-class activities. These classes are made, tailor-made for you. We have network sessions with the alumni. We have info sessions. We have all kinds of stuff that educational sessions that you can benefit from. So we ask that you participate so that we can keep that going. We ask that you demonstrate a commitment to your revenue growth and job creation, which is what we talked about full circle at the beginning of the program. That's what it's for, so that you can create new revenue growth and job creation. We ask that you be consistent and committed to working on your growth plan, so that at the end of the day, at the end of the program, you have an actionable program that could affect your business in a positive way. And last but not least, we ask you to complete our monitoring and evaluation documentation. This will help us see how you're doing after the program. And if we need to help, we'll be there to help. And also we get to celebrate as well. So we want to see you being successful as well. This is my favorite because it's the meaningful impact that you can really see what the program does for its graduates. First and foremost, 99% of the folks that participate in our program actually graduate. That's phenomenal. And I got to tell you, when they graduate, they are in a big piece of our organization, and we're just as committed to them after they graduate as we were when they were scholars. Just to give you a little bit of facts, an average of 70% of our participants increase their revenues within 6 months. That's phenomenal. And another good fact is that an average of 50% create net new jobs within the first 6 months. So we're real pleased with that, and we'd like to see that keep going. The program works. It's been around a long time, and it works. So we'd like to see more people take advantage of it. We call this slide creating a marketplace, because what happens is this 10,000 strong that I keep talking about, well, 88% of program graduates do business together. So that's what you have to look forward to when you graduate. People will be doing business with each other. We have an app that you can work on. We have events. We have other courses and classes that you're going to be seeing everyone. You can look somebody up that's in the same industry that you are if you had a question. You can also, if somebody sells that type of product, you can contact them. So it's a really, really good network of folks that are all focused on the same thing. So that's pretty good, 88% of the program. Keep that in mind. The graduates do business together. And this is, I wanted to show you a short video. It's just 40 seconds on who should apply for the program. It gives you a broad view of some of the folks that have applied and the type of industries that they're in. So let me go ahead and play that. Okay, so thank you all for listening to me. Hopefully this was good information, and hopefully it's something that you can take advantage of, or someone that you know can take advantage of. How to apply? You can go to our website, which is www.10ksbapply.com, or you can contact me directly, Sheila Dickerson at sdickey@dcc.edu. Margaret also has my information in case you want it later and you can't find the presentation. You can also contact her, and I'm open for any questions you may have, and hopefully you enjoyed this session. David, I'm sorry, I was going to ask David if he wanted to say anything before we shut it down.
Thank you, Sheila, and thank you for presenting the gift of growth to these business owners. We hope that you guys apply and take advantage of this 16-week fast track growth accelerator. You will enjoy it if you take part in it. We want to again welcome you to accept the gift of growth. Go ahead and apply for the program. 10ksbapply.com. Thank you again.
Thank you, David. Thank you, Sheila. Thank you, Veronisha. Now the floor is open for any questions that anyone may have.
I don't have a question, but I do want to jump in. I noticed that we forgot to add our contact information. So our website is www.fund17.org. And then myself and Kian could be reached at our name. So my name is Veronisha, Veranisha at fund17.org, and Kian is Keion at fund17.org. We can answer any question as far as Kiva loans, any of our core pipeline programming, and any of the information that we have. So thanks.
Thank you so much for that information. And yes, thank you also for putting your contact information in the chat box for everyone. So again, I'll ask if there's any questions. Now is the time to get your answers. You have the people that's in charge here. So ask them, whatever you want.
Okay, my name is Uma Samaros. I had typed it in the chat room because I wasn't sure how you were handling the questions. But I was just wondering about the type of companies that are funded by either program. Is there any type of restriction on the type of company? For instance, I have a tech company. So I have a cybersecurity company that I'm starting. And I was just wondering if there was any restriction on the type of company that was funded.
In the case of a tech company, we definitely have many folks that were in that industry. It would have to be a small business, as we mentioned, with the criteria that we set, but tech companies are definitely welcome in this program.
All right, thank you very much.
And also from Fund 17, there are no caps. There are side hustles from every industry. There are businesses from every sector. What I will say is predominantly we are in New Orleans. Most of our businesses and our entrepreneurs that do come to us, they're from, food systems. So food, wellness, and also entertainment, just because that is what is king in this space. But we operate and we function to supply technical assistance to every organization, every industry of entrepreneur.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, this is Sherry Hadow. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
I just wanted to tell you that I'm very excited about applying for the Goldman Sachs program. I've had my business for several years, and I'm actually wanting to expand into a product line, and you came very highly recommended by someone else I know who has multiple types of businesses together. And it was everything from practical experience to people that he could consult with and encourage him in his choices. So I'm so glad it's available.
Oh, that's
Yes.
fantastic, Sherry. We would love to have you. If you need more information, you can contact me directly, or you can go to the website and go ahead and apply before the 29th deadline.
Yes, I have it on my calendar to do that. Thank you so much.
Any more questions? Comments? Well, Sheila and Veronisha, I think y'all did a wonderful job. If we don't have any questions, that means you explained it very well. So we don't have any more questions. I want to thank our speakers for being here today and their informative presentations. I would like to thank all of you for joining and attending today's session. Hope to see you tomorrow. At tomorrow's session, we'll have the Louisiana Economic Development department, and we'll have Job One Workforce Development.
Hmm.
So that should be interesting and very informative also. So once again, if no one have any questions, we'll go ahead and conclude this session. And everyone have a great day.
Thank
Have a
you.
great-
Thank you so much.
Thank you
for
for
your
having us.